Hello, everyone. Amy from the Wakelet team here. Wonderful to see you all joining us for our last webinar of the year. And what a great way to go out of the year with a community showcase, which I absolutely love. It's a great opportunity to hear from our wonderful educators, a part of the community, about how they're using Wakelet in lots of amazing and different ways. And of course, given the time of year, we thought it would be really fun to do a festive special. So you're going to hear lots of ideas on how you can be using Wakelet and other tools to bring that into the classroom, bring the festive spirit into the classroom, and get all your students and yourselves ready for the holiday season as well. But before I bring on our two wonderful speakers, just wanted to say hello to a few of you in the chat there. We've got Valentina joining us. Hi, Valentina. Hossein, lovely to see you in the chat. Thank you so much for joining. Nives there from Italy. Amazing to see all of you from lots of different places. So please, if you haven't done so already, in the comments, let us know who's tuning in and whereabouts you're from as well. Myself, I'm based in the Wakelet head office in Manchester in the UK, and it's very much wintry here. Not as much snow as I think some of our special guest speakers are having, which we'll jump into in just a moment. But yeah, please let us know in the chat where you're joining us from. The great thing about these sessions is being able to connect in that comment section as well. So we really want you to be joining in. Hossein there, asking about Christmas going in Manchester. Yes, I am actually going down south to my family. So my family's from further down south near London. So I will be that way. But yes, Hossein, thank you so much. We'll 100% send all the love over to the Wakelet team as well. I'm sure they're tuning in and watching. But we've got Ivana there from Croatia. Lovely to see you. Dr. Harves there. Hello. Shamal there from Iraq there. Ada from Egypt. Yes, Ada, I think you were kicking off the chat there. Thank you so much all for joining us as well. And just before we get started as well, all of the resources that we share and that our guest speakers are sharing today will all be added into a collection and shared out with you at the end. And of course, you'll have an opportunity to get that certificate of attendance as well. So you can share that out and let people know that you've attended this session. So towards the end, keep an eye out for a form link. We'll be able to, I'll put that in the chat towards the end. If you fill that out, then we'll send you all of the resources, any links that you might have missed, the recording of the session. So you can catch this session as soon as it finishes on our YouTube channel, but we'll send you that as well so you can catch up, and your certificate of attendance as well. So keep an eye on that towards the end. We'll make sure it's in the chat a few times so you can see that as well. Fantastic. And Dr. Harves, making us a bit jealous there with the barbecues and beach weather for Christmas. Love that. One day I will come over there and experience that myself and get away from the cold. But without further ado, I would love to bring our two speakers on, because I know they have some fantastic ways to share and to celebrate the season. I couldn't think of two better people to be joining and sharing these ideas, because they both, when all of the holiday seasons come around, have loads of amazing things that they do on Wakelet. So I'm going to bring in Anna. Hi, Anna. And
hi, Amy. Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Hey.
Thank you both. We've all got into the festive spirit, as you can see. We were speaking just before we jumped on. I got the jumpers there, and has got all of the red lovely going on. And Mara actually has a wonderful background, which I'm going to let you tell us a little bit more about the background, because I thought that was amazing.
Yes, I love the story.
Yeah, the background is my very own photo from 2 weeks ago. We visited Lapland in the northern part of Finland. And the Lapland looks like this. I moved myself a little bit, you can see it in a better way.
It's beautiful.
But
yeah.
we when we think about I'm coming from Finland, by the way. So we are one of the biggest countries in Europe when we think about area, but we are only 5.5 million people. So when you go to Lapland, it looks like this, that you don't see even houses over there.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's so beautiful. And thank you so much for coming. And I know you gave a little bit of an introduction there, so we'll hear more from you in just a moment. But yeah, it would be great to just go around the screen, kicking off with you, Anna, just to let everyone know a little bit more about you.
Yeah. Hey everyone, thanks so much for tuning in. And again, please do share from which part of the world you're tuning from. What is your teacher role? So I can provide more suggestions and ideas for you how to use Wakelet. Personally, I'm language teacher. So I'm teacher. This is my first hat that I'm wearing these days. Also coach, teacher coach, whatever, YouTuber. So I'm all into learning about new technologies. But you know, this is like a trend. AI educational tools, they are popping up every day. But one tool that I use daily on my daily basics is Wakelet, and I'm going to show you why. Throughout all of these years, I'm so bad with numbers, but I think it's over 4 or 5 years for sure. I have the privilege to collect all of my resources and data on Wakelet and create my lesson plans, you know, lots of things. So I've shared lots of resources. I'm going to start sharing with them. Beautiful phrase today, think big, and I will explain why. So all in all, thanks so much for joining us today. I'm sure you love it because I know that Mari will show us beautiful activities and resources, and myself, I'm going to bring you some ideas how you can, from where you should start using Wakelet. Yes.
Yes, it's a great time of year to get started as well, and kind of bring it in for yourself as well. Find out ways that you can use it for yourself, and then bring it into and introduce it to the classroom. So yeah, I love that from you, Anna. And yeah, Marit, just a little bit of an intro before we jump in.
Well, I actually live in the southern part of Finland, in a city called Turku, which is actually the oldest city in Finland. I'm also a language teacher. I teach English mainly, also Swedish and Russian. And I work at the University of Turku, precisely at the Faculty of Education. So we have, I'm teaching like from the 6th grade to 9th grade. And I really love my work. And
Amazing.
Amazing, honestly, and you can tell, and I'm sure everyone can tell once you've shared all of the wonderful things that you've been creating, because I just know that your students have a great time in your classroom. So it really comes across in what you've created. But yeah, we'll jump onto that in just a moment. But first, we're going to kick off with you, Anna. So I'm going to pass the stage over to you. I know you've got a few great things to share, and already I'm waiting in a beautiful Wakelet collection. So Mara, I'm just going to pop you backstage for now, and then we'll bring you back in a second.
Thank you, Ami. Thanks, everyone, again. And, you know, let's kick off with the fact that we are always, I love sharing, and I love you. I'd love to add some more ideas how you use what Christmas activities you use. So at the very beginning, I would love you to get the link from our bank of Christmas activities. So this is invite link. You can add your resources. It can be just pictures if you don't have any interactive presentations, whatever, you haven't created that. But please do share. Let's make this space very interactive, and, you know, let's get some inspiration from each other. Anyway, inside of this collection, that part I love the most about Wakelet, you will get another holiday collaborative space. This is from our previous year, where teachers have already added some cool results. This is our selfies, fantastic ones. So you see that there are different names, different teachers from all over the globe. So please do join both of the spaces and add your ideas and resources. So these are 2 collaborative spaces that you can tune in right now and add your links, resources, activities, whatever you have, whatever you'd like to share. And what is the next? This is our main collection that I'm sharing today from my side. And also, this is my main public profile. I'm going to mention that there are different sections, you know, that I love talking about Wakelet as a landing page, as a website. So this is my digital card, something that I can introduce myself like this. Here, now you know what I do. These are different sections, and in the Wakelet sections, you can find this collection from our today's webinar. So you can see Wakelet Festive Community Showcase, and you know, it's really easy to find everything in one place. It's Wakelet, fantastic. So all in all, what we can, I want to start today with a very inspiring phrase to me. Think big, because throughout these years I've shared with so many activities, resources, and I wouldn't have enough time to share like a day. Okay, there are so many. We can create lots of things, and I have already created, as I mentioned, lesson plans, my public profiles. But at the very beginning, I would love you to start thinking of Wakelet, like what you'd like to create. And this is like space. Is it private or public space? Would you like people to follow your account to get notifications, for example? Because, on my public profile, it's not like I'm boasting, but yeah, I do that. So I have over 700 followers. I'm so grateful for you because you trust my ideas. You probably use them in your classrooms, and this is my biggest inspiration. I'm so grateful for that. I love learning from you, and I love getting your collections, because sharing is caring. We know that. So is it for yourself? We start from spaces, because it's such a great idea for us to start planning, our holidays. We have a super hashtag. I love that, holiday edu. But it's not only about activities. This year I'm kicking off my session with something, not from the details like activities, because Marit and me, I'm going to share with the activities a lot, but from what you should start, of course, with thinking how big you see the picture. Would you like to have a space for yourself, for students, for school, for colleagues, for parents, for customers, for PD courses? This is something that I'm so looking forward to get more updates on Wakelet, because I've started to scrolling through all this AI PD courses developer. I strongly believe that it's possible to make a cool PD course on Wakelet. I have created, so I want more integrations, and I can't wait to have all of the options all in one space on Wakelet. And also, you can create PD course how to start using Wakelet for your students. Since we're talking about advent calendar, how to create advent calendar. We are going to get a little bit closer to the spaces, so you can see all of these sections, all the things, so how it's easy to create PD courses for your students, and they can follow your updates as a collection, so you can stick them to the dates, whatever. Also, you can just create a collection. Again, it could be like a landing page or lesson plan, newsletter, brainstorming, visual board, and also planners. So we are starting with the planner today. You can take both options, and I will show you mine. So a year planner, I think this is a tremendous idea to start with the year planner, because you can stick to different months, and you can curate this by creating different activities and stick them to the months. You can add your collections and make them public, or keep them private to share with your students, so they can see that something has appeared, in January, and they follow you. Probably they can follow you if there's an option for them. They have got the account, they can get notifications. If it's not your students or colleagues, it works the same way. It's really easy. So you create months, each section, and you can add your collections. So it's super easy. How to add your collections to your public spaces? Just make them public ones, and they appear here. At the very end is going to be called this section uncategorized, and then you just place this collection into the category that you think is the best for that. So as a year planner, it's amazing to use Wakelet, but this is like think big, you created the whole space for that, the whole website. You can also see that how it works. If we talk about advent calendar, it's amazing what you can do on advent calendar. There are so many options. I have shared last year. Each day can be you may make it like you can update each day, like we have from the 1st to 31st of December, so students can get this feeling of excitement whenever they are waiting for the next upcoming day, what they need to do. Like the ideas are, it's great amount. So you can go through this collection. All of these resources, links are going to be with you. You can find them everywhere in the live chat. You can find them on my landing page, again, my Wakelet profile. So anything, like you can start with create Christmas postcards with AI option on Wakelet. It's so easy these days. You just click create, and with the AI option, they add some prompts, and your students you can see the postcards of your students with the help of AI. It's super easy, and I love this activity. So all of these ideas are listed. Make a Christmas puppet and all of the things. I personally, my favorite one is, I would love to show you. This is snow globe. You can use different platforms. We use Bunsy with a background remove option, but my favorite is one on Canva. You can use a video background option, and your students can not only just move inside of the globe, but they also can do something like telling a poem or sing a song, or you can place not only one student inside of the snow globe. That's a magic. Again, you can look through these resources. You can watch this video is probably during live. It's not the best option. How to make a snow globe. This is the whole instruction. So you can provide your students maybe like a PD course, how to create snow globe, or just one collection. This is the power of accessibility on Wakelet. This is my class, not only one, who created snow globe. I have a permission to share with their faces on inside. This is my favorite. And they have shared with their greetings on holidays, on Christmas, on New Year. We celebrate New Year like it's the biggest celebration here for the parents, and it was so sweet to see the reactions from parents. That's just fantastic. So step-by-step instructions with screenshots will help your students to be more engaged and to get clear instructions how to create the snow globe. I tell you, this is my favorite activity of the year that we have in advent calendar, but also how to make marshmallows, share your Christmas tree. You fulfill your collections, and students, they're already engaged. It's not only before Christmas. You can also provide activities like during the holidays, Christmas holidays, for the parents. Sing a song together, something very engaging and inspiring. This is me, and of course I wanted to play around with this option, and my students, they love this one. So what tools they need to use? You can add the same. It's like an instructional space for your students. Really easy with the links, with all the screenshots. You can add boards. You can use Canva whiteboard and collaborate with your students. You can create just like advent calendar activity for them, and they join by through the link to your Wakelet to your Canva whiteboard, for instance, and they add their pictures of the Christmas boards again, or the Christmas trees, or their festive food on the tables, their favorite recipes, what they have prepared. More personal thing is very important, this throughout this year especially. We've got lots of options with AI as well, so they don't have to take screenshots from their tables or whatever. So this is incredible. Also, since you see my public profile with advent calendar, you can add different sections but if I add a new section right now, all of these collections, they're going to be in anticarized, I guess I can pronounce that section. So I have to put them, for example, in the advanced calendar space. You can add section as Christmas poems, Christmas extra activities, post-Christmas activities, or activities with your family, whatever. So I love this section option. It makes our life so much easier, and really works like website. You just click on the section, it will bring you to the section that you need actually. So what is the next part that I would love to share? As I mentioned, that snow globe is something very meaningful. We even created the whole board on Bunsy. You can choose any other educational tool, and so students can see their creations. They can get some inspiration from each other, and the parents are so happy and proud of them, as well as the postcards. So what next? What kind of spaces you can create for like a festive activities? And I just want to show you here the spaces. They can be different ones, depends on what you like to share. As I mentioned, PD courses, again, any other holidays like Space to Do. I love this space as well as advanced calendar, because of this excitement that you can create every little detail in a very easy way. I've been looking through other website engines, and they are so complicated. On Wakelet, it's totally not. So it's really easy. It's easy to share. Your students are in private, in a very safe space. You can curate the privacy and all of the things. You can easily, what I would love to say, that whenever you share, the QR code option is such a fun thing to do. If you not use things online, for example, you can just print out the QR codes for each collection. It's like a real advent calendar. You can go to Canva and use the QR code AI generator, and you can create a QR code like more colorful with a certain picture. It would be more in a visual way. It's more engaging for students for sure. And you can even hide this QR code, so students, lots of creative activities you may create for your students in the classroom, like they're hunting for those QR codes, and you can place them in different spaces, or you can just put them in these flip flaps or whatever, like advent calendars are. My favorite part, one of the days that we have created, is to learn more about how other people in other countries, like in a cultural way, they celebrate Christmas. For example, they do not celebrate Christmas, but they have familiar holidays. So students, they learn, investigate. For example, you can provide for each student this kind of country or culture, and they do the research. They add their collections inside of your collection. For example, day 25 is for all about how people celebrate Christmas or other holidays, like that's familiar to Christmas in other countries. So this is so inspiring to me. So QR code options is one of the best if you want to make it offline, in your classroom. So many ideas you can take. We have a special Christmas tree where all the QR codes are sticked, to that, and it's very exciting. So students, they're waiting for the next upcoming day. They scan their QR codes and they see what they need to do. You may put them into the rotations, like stations, groups, whatever, mingling activities. There are so many ways that you can use Advent Calendar on Wakelet. So this is about the solar system. As you see, you may use not only one space for holidays Advent Calendar. This is the sections if you want to learn with your students more and dive into the subject, like solar system, whatever. And again, we talked about that we think big and we can create our planner, since planning is the best part. We have lots of activities, we have lots of tasks, whatever, newsletters if you want to, again, to your colleagues, parents get notifications. You can create public profiles with that. But sometimes we just need another options, and this is like collection. Again, it's about planning. And on Wakelet, this is a really cool thing. Whenever you start a new collection, you can choose a planner, so you don't have to organize it, that much. So everything is already done for you as a template. You just can, take it and go and fulfill it with different activities, links. So again, QR codes. You can add, copy paste. This is my favorite part. You can copy a picture and then paste inside a Wakelet collection. You don't have to download it to your PC or any other devices. It's really easy. And this is limitless number of possibilities you can create. You can organize, in the way you want it to look like. So since we talk about more holiday and Project Global Planner, so this is another option. It's not public space. It's the collection that can be also public, private, unlisted. You can invite your students. You can make it public on your public profile, so you can put it in a certain category. Lots of cool activities that we have, and you can share with them. Our favorite, like I'm sure you will love it, because end of the year resource collection, where other teachers, amazing teachers, they added their activities as an end of the year resource. I love this part. It's like you may also join it. All of the links again to this collection, they're going to be for you. That's why I'm not diving into each educational tool, each activity, because we are limited in time, but we're limitless on Wakelet. So this is my favorite part. You see, lots of boards, lots of things, lots of activities, lots of websites. So you just can go and dive in. End of the year resources is very important to plan them beforehand. And why I love this holiday Edu holiday planner, because you can make your students even more excited about the upcoming months, about culture exchange projects, about any other activities, actually. So there's no limit again, because they know that something pops up next month, or probably you may again use the QR code or place this collection on your visual board, whatever, or do the brainstorming with your students before you organize and create this planner. So like a mood board option. I love that everything in one place on Wakelet. I don't have to switch between any other platforms at all. at all. So I don't need Microsoft Edge browser bookmarks and tabs. I have them on Wakelet, and I don't need the Padlet to have a visual board. I have mood board on Wakelet. So this is the best part. If you haven't started organizing your space and all of the things that are listed today on Wakelet, so I highly recommend that. It will make your life much easier. And we just share with the link, and your students, they see, for example, or the QR code, or just share your screen, and they see what is going on, what they will have throughout this year. So you can start planning for yourself. You can start planning with your students. I love saying with your students, not for your students, because it's always engaging in the collaborative moment. So they know their value. They have their own cultural, their holidays, native holidays that they can add here as well. And you can learn in the classroom about the holidays from each culture. It brings the sense of belonging for sure in every classroom. Oh, the best feeling ever. This is my favorite part for sure. You can dive into the activities that we have already added, and that's amazing, tremendous number of things. I can't pay attention to each of them, but you may just go and dive in. So end of the resources, again, I've shared about that, and this is fantastic. I will already also attach the links from our previous beautiful webinar with Tracy, and you can learn more about Dr. Martin Luther King Day, and activities, the brilliant project that we had with our students. And still we talk about this. I think it's important to talk about Word Read Aloud Day. Oh, I'm a big fan of reading books, and my students, they never ask me, why should I read? Okay, you may just go and dive into this collection because it's so beautiful. St. Valentine's Day with all the activities. I'm a language teacher, but also we talk about cultural thing, the history of this holiday. It's about social emotional learning, because the story. It's like a tragedy and about love, so it's very touching. The region day, we always learn about from where we are, about our roots. Again, it's about sense of belonging, social emotional learning, culture exchange. Diversity is so beautiful, and it should be in every classroom, so you can learn about holidays. You see so much information. Of course, we need to start with planning. So start with the ways how you want to start your planning: private, public, or whatever, or you just do it for yourself or with your students. And do you want to make a public space, or you want to make a collection only? So it all depends on you. Thank you so much for your beautiful comments. So I'm just I'm watching you, trying to also concentrate on this tremendous amount of resources. Again, I would love you to invite to our holiday projects global planner just to look through it, or maybe you would love to add your native holidays. I would appreciate it, because I want my students to learn more about this world, about the beautiful things. And I love this saying, the world is so full of a number of things. I'm sure we should all be as happy as kings. I think it's Robert Louis Stevenson. He said this phrase, and I'm totally in love with it. What I love also, I love Book Creator. My final shout out to some tools. When you add it to Wakelet, it looks gorgeous like that. One of my students, she created Chinese horoscope. Of course, you can add more things. On Book Creator, there's so many options and features you can add. Read to me, it's about accessibility, inclusivity. I love this application a lot. So your students can learn about adjectives, lots of describing words for sure. And this is fun because it's something like for Chinese New Year, upcoming one. So I think it's cool. So my students, they create lots of things and books. Can I boast a little bit? Because I love their library. They made tremendous work. This is notification because we publish our books for other classrooms on Book Creator. Can you see that? Please look at this. For Women's History Month, copy the link to your Book Creator book, paste it in Wakelet, you will see the magic. That's fantastic. Fantastic. Just try it out. Please try it out. If you haven't, just try it out. We have lots of things, lots of things. Some of them private, some of them not. My pet. So Book Creator, highly recommended. Highly recommended. One of my favorite tools as well. If you have any questions, you please reach me out. I'm always ready. Yes, horoscope. Yeah, this is fun. My students, they always, I suggest them choice boards. I mean, I'm kicking. So I'm
No,
done.
no, I was just coming on
I
to join
told
you.
I told you that's a limitless number of ideas, and I love Wakelet for this part. Yeah, just start thinking big what you want to create, then organize it and start your planning now, because it's for upcoming year, for next study year. That's going to be fantastic. Print out beautiful PDF. It's just try out the share button.
I love that. That's a good one to end on. But thank you so much for sharing, Anna. I think what you do absolutely wonderfully, and everyone should. I put your profile out in the comments as well. So please, if you haven't already, yeah, you can subscribe to Anna's profile, and it will send you any updates that you have or any updates that Anna's done, any new collections. So please do that. But I think what you do beautifully, Anna, is you combine
Thank you so much.
creativity and organization. And I mean, that's what Wakelet's all about. But you really showcase that so well. The organizing, because when you first think about, okay, I've got to get organized, especially towards the end of the year, it doesn't sound like the most fun thing that you need to do. However, what you've done with all of these profiles, or if you've done it within a collection, is you've made it really creative. You made it really engaging. You always add a collaborative aspect to it as well. So like you say, you create these with your students rather than for
Yeah,
your
I love
students.
this.
You have them involved with it as well. And what I love to see is that it's ongoing. So of course you have this big plan and you start creating it, but then it goes over time with you, and you keep adding on it and you keep building it. And so year after year, you've got things that you can reuse, or you can recreate, or you can build from as well. I really love the year planner. I think that's fantastic. Like I said, you can start building that out. And as Anna kindly pointed out, if you do have a look at Anna's or any of the template ones, you can simply make a copy. It might seem a little bit daunting to put something like that together, but the framework is there for you. So you can, make a copy of that and start building on it on your own as well. So there's lots of options to getting started, which is what I love that you pointed out, Anna, how to actually get started with it. Because it can seem, it's think
Yes.
big, but it's also, oh my goodness, how do you get to that point? But as you beautifully showed, it happens over time, which is fantastic. And again, I will never tire of seeing that advent calendar. I love how you bring it to the classroom with the QR codes as well. I think they'd be perfect for even brain breaks throughout the year.
Of course.
Kind of, that they can have, to go around the classroom and find the QR code, find a different an activity to do just as a little brain break as well. I think that's something that you could use all year round. So, and I love the globe, the snow globe. And
My
just,
favorite.
yeah, and just how you tie in so many wonderful tools. Yeah, I'll double that. A shout out to Book Creator. The collections, or the books, I should say, look beautiful in a collection. And again, what you do well, Anna, is give your students the opportunities to use all of these different tools. Each of the activities has beautiful instructions so that they can go through it independently as well, but then you give them the choice to use different tools, and I just think that's fantastic. So yeah, amazing ideas there, and don't worry, we'll make sure everyone gets those links as well. And I kindly had that Bank of Christmas activity, so feel free to add ideas to that as well.
We can wait.
We'll make sure at the end you've got all of those links through that form as well. But yeah,
Amy, can I last setting? So about, you mentioned the links. I just want you to know that in your public profiles, you can add your social links even to your Wakelet profile. So probably you want other people to find your main public profile on Wakelet. You can add the links to other Wakelet profiles to your oh my gosh, to other Wakelet profiles. It's really important, I think, sometimes, because so students can find something, for example, that you shared previously, or your customers, whatever, your colleagues. So this is a really cool thing. And you can rename, also change your name of the handle, because on Wakelet it happens in an automatical way, but then you can always curate and change it. For example, it wasn't Anna Degler or something, so you change it. It's really easy. Yeah,
amazing.
thank you for your kind words. Yeah, thank you, Amy.
Of course, like I said, all the little top tips and tricks. So thank you for sharing those. Because like I said, your profiles are always stunning, and they're always, like I said, the perfect combination of organized and creative as well. So, you know,
Thank
nailed
you.
it. But thank you so much, Anna, for sharing that. I'm going to pop you backstage, and we're going to bring Mara on to share her ideas as well. But yeah, keep sharing any ideas and questions that you have in the comments. It's been lovely. Karen saying absolutely fantastic. Love the creativity and enthusiasm, and so engaging.
Thank you.
I couldn't agree more with. But yeah, keep any comments and questions coming through, and yeah, any questions you have, we'll jump on those as well. But for now, Anna, I'm going to pop you backstage and bring you on in just a moment again. Okay. Fantastic. Okay, and now we have Mara. Hi, Mara. How are you?
Hi, I'm really well excited about this opportunity.
Amazing.
Yeah, this is really an honor to present here. So let me start, actually.
Yes. Yeah, you pop up your screen. Like I said, I know because we've discussed some of the things that you're going to share, and I know everyone's going to love to see it. So yeah, super excited to hear from you and see all of those wonderful things. So yeah, I've got your screen up now, and we can see a lovely festive choice board that I'm sure you're going to tell us more about.
Yeah. So if you have a look at this introduction here a bit more closely, you can see that I actually picked up a Wakelet choice board template to start with. And of course, that's the magic of template, that you can add there like a lot of more columns as I did. So this is actually the lesson I'm having with lessons in plural, with my students during this festive season. And none of my students, well, they don't have time enough to do everything, but that's the idea of a choice board, that you have a possibility to make a choice. And I start with my escape room. So I've used here ThingLink. ThingLink is a Finnish educational tool. And at first, you can see that, I don't know if you can see, but they are like blinking because I've added there some interactive hotspots. So here first, I have like accessibility for my students, that the rules, how to use immersive reader. And then, of course, they need the game rules, how to play. And then they can start the game. And when they press the button, they actually go to Finnish Lapland. So I'm so inspired by our visit to Lapland that I created 360 AI generated, pictures over here. And the magic of ThingLink is that you can see that it moves around. And here you can see a hotspot. This is the
Maura, I'm so sorry to jump in. I love everything you're sharing. We can't see when you've clicked onto that, so it's not following you around. Yeah, it might just be because it's stuck on the one window. Did you want to share your screen again and just click the whole window so that we can kind of follow you around? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah. Just because I want to see something.
Can you see it now?
Not yet. So if you go to the present again, and just make sure that you click the I think it's like the entire screen or window, just so that we can follow around for you.
And share screen. Now I have a choice board over here.
Perfect. Yeah, that's coming up. Okay, I think that, I don't know if it's done the same again. Maybe try and click it now.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just staying in that one screen. So we can see your Wakelet collection, we can see your choice board, but it's not opening.
Wait a second. Share this tab instead.
Oh, perfect. There we go. I can see that one.
Can you see it now?
I can see a beautiful landscape that looks like it's got northern lights.
Now,
and
this is mysterious. I have an extra, tab over there above my screen to press.
Okay,
okay.
It might
so I've created
something.
Yeah, thank you for telling this to me.
No worries. Over to you.
Yeah. So this was like actually I was inspired by our visit to Lapland. So I created by using Skybox AI this interactive views, AI generated views from Lapland, like a lot of snow and northern lights, of course. But you can see here a hotspot and it's activated. And when I press the button, I don't know if you can see it, but I can see, yeah, you can see it too. So inside there, because this is supposed to be fun, so I have there a puzzle. I'm not going to press the button because you all know how to create the puzzle, but my students have to study the puzzle really carefully because they know that there is a question. And here between the two threes, you can see a blinking and pulsing hotspot. And when I press the button here, there is a question. So they cannot move on in my escape room without answering the question. I answered the question now in a wrong way. That you can see that I can actually put that height. You can create the puzzle again, and this time really count the number of presents. So I can also press the right one, and my students will immediately go backwards to a totally new view. This is another picture I've created by using Skybox AI. This time, the real visible tag is a little bit like hidden, but they can scroll around here and actually move around here actually. And this time there is a video clip on 10 minutes. It's all about a snowman and the magical adventure over there. And after they have to watch the video clip really, really carefully. I told you I'm an English teacher. So of course, all my video clips are in English because I, as a teacher, see this as a fun way to listen to English and practice listening comprehension skills. Then there will be a study question, but that tag is transparent. It's over here. And of course, there is a question again. I can tell that the right answer is a glowing star. And then my students go immediately to an other world. And this is supposed to be a cabin in Lapland. So at first they have to see the tag again, and they press the tag. This time there is a quizzes, like a game. And they play the game, and then there will be a question again. But this time, the question isn't actually based on a quizzes game, as they might think. It's based on how many stockings there are in this picture, actually. And if they don't move around this picture, because it's a 360-degree picture, they might answer in a wrong way and answer like 6. But that's not the right one, because when they start moving around, they can see that there are more of them. And then they count them, and the right answer is 17. And then, wow, they cracked my code, and they traded snow for sand, and they are now in a tropical island. But my students know me really, really well, that inside this tropical island, there is something, magical. And they really have to move around the picture, and they might see that here in the sky, there's a totally hidden transparent tag. Some of my students, they haven't found it, I can tell you. And there is a reward that if they crack the code and found this, I will give a coupon, and they can go to the school canteen, and they can get the free candy. So this is actually my escape room. Okay. Now I'm back to my collection again. The next one, can you this one? Okay. This is actually a Lumio file. I'm a Lumio ambassador, and I totally love Lumio. And now I have to ask Amy, can you see my file?
Yes, we're following along. Lovely. Yeah, we can see the Christmas game just popped up.
Wow, well, yes, thank you. Thank you so much.
Fantastic.
I don't see anything. So this is my Christmas game. It's a digital board game. So I've created this digital board game first, like the picture in Canva. And Then I have here game pieces. They are smart monsters. My students, they absolutely love smart monsters. And you can move them around because in Lumia, you can clone everything. So these are like infinitely cloned objects, and you can move them around as any like game piece or any game figure. And then the study questions, or there, this is like an oral exercise that my students are speaking English. I have the questions over here. And my students usually play it in a way that one of them is having this game board open on one, computer, and the other one is having the questions. And they play it quite many times because they love it. I myself, as a teacher, I love everything having in Wakelet that I don't need those copy papers any longer because they disappear and I have to take copy papers every single year. And this time I also saved the world. And I can have everything in the very same place. And my students, they really love my game boards. Then let me show another Lumia activity, which I actually have here. It's called a cross-curricular activity. I may press the button over here. Wait, it takes a little bit while. Lumia is quite slow today. But I can actually start telling a little bit here first. It's a called snowman competition. Amy, I have to ask you again, can you see my file?
It's just disappeared for a moment. I think you're just going to have to reshare, if that's okay.
Okay. This is really odd, I would say.
Yeah, okay. It's just jumping on and off. Very excited to see it.
Maybe the reason is that I use so many tools that it cannot like read immediately that. I just open Lumio and there it is there. So
there
yeah.
We go. Out smashing to the max.
I'm really, thank you for your help again. Yeah. So can you see it now?
Yes, all good. We can see the lovely snowman.
Yeah, this is a snowman competition, and I'm really, really proud of this because this is like a cross-curricular activity. You need the skills in math, art, and English. And this is the magic actually of Lumio, that you can do, you can actually combine these 3 subjects really easily. So at first, I will give a little bit money to my students, like $25 here. And I ask them to build a snowman first. And but the snowman can only be like 50 kilos. So they have to go shopping. And here are the pieces of a snowman and also the prices. And they have to count really carefully that they can only have $25 and the snowman is only 50 kilos. And it's really traumatic to think that they are buying one hand and then they realize, oh my God, the snowman is having like 2 hands instead of one, and they go back and forth and count. But they have this kind of list. They have a possibility to really count and plan the snowman. After like creating the snowman in the way that they have now enough the materials, so they can actually build it. I told you that in Lumio, you can infinitely clone every single part. So it means that they can really have the artistic and creative part over here and really, really create the snowman. And after creating the snowman, they have to use a little bit imagination and write a story in English about the snowman. So I really love that I have like a possibility, or my students have a possibility to use like a lot of more skills that not only the English, and this is making this exercise and task really, really fun. So that was my snowman competition. And now I think I have to share my file again here. So wait a second. Yeah. Now I have to write file. I have here also some other Lumio activities like Christmas activities and logic puzzles, but I think I move on to next one. If you are interested in seeing them, I put them there in a way that you can open them very, very easily. This is my Christmas tradition with my students. We create every single year postcards to elderly people in nursing homes. As long as I've been working as a teacher, this is my tradition, and I do it with my students every year. At the end of this presentation, I will show you some of the cards we have already created. But I want my students to think about those people who are already like old, and maybe they don't have like any family members living near a nursing home, and they maybe do not even visit them. So this is like something I want my students to think about very, very, very much. Now I've lost already my very own file here. So then after that, I have here, I love these YouTube video clips, I have to say.
Hey friends, they're going to be drawing.
I don't know if you use them, but how to draw. There are like so many of how to draw stuff. They are always these two guys, and they are explaining in English. This is like a listening comprehension to my students, how to draw something. And my students they are like listening what these guys are telling, and they are trying to draw on a blank paper the same thing. And then afterwards, after they usually take like 8 minutes or so. After that, the guys over here, they actually show the product, the final product, and then my students can compare if they have understood everything like nicely in English. I really love this one. And then this is not my collection, but this is quite fun. I have here a Wakelet collection. So I have like a Wakelet collection inside my Wakelet collection. So this has been created by the Wakelet team a couple of years ago, and my students love it every year. So it's like here, and I put it here. There are Christmas cards, Christmas ornaments, a bit decorations, and this is so fun that I really, really love this file so much. And then I also have here something nice to share. As I told, I'm an English teacher, and I have here like some sort of mini movies for my children, my school kids over there. I have Olaf, and I have the snowman, and then Tom and Jerry. And in our school, our students have one-to-one laptops, and we can offer them headsets. And I have a really nice and huge cozy classroom. They can take any nice spot in the classroom and really watch the movie in peace. But then, because they are only like approximately 20 minutes long, they are going to write a movie review in English. So we practice English at the same time, but having like Christmas fun. Then a Christmas calendar. Anna has had a really nice Christmas calendar. I'm offering something different. And I have 2 Christmas calendars, and I'm super proud of these calendars. This is Christmas with Olaf. When we had COVID a couple of years ago, Walt Disney released like Olaf shorties, and Olaf is my hero. I love him so much. So I've collected all those shorties by Walt Disney and put here. So for example, this is the 12th of December. So when my student pressed the button, there will be a Olaf shorty. And it's a really, really nice thing to watch because they are in English too. So my little students practice English at the same time. My older students might find this a little bit too silly for them. So I offer them something different. I have written here the title in Finnish, but it means English in many languages. And here I offer Christmas songs in different languages. And I respect my students so much that these languages I have here are the mother tongues of all my students in my classes. So I have here English, even the cats are singing here. I have German, I have here Swedish again, Spanish, here Swedish, Finnish, Russian, and English and Finnish again. So this is a fun way to start the morning because they can listen to a song in really many languages. And I really love this Christmas calendar myself. Then let's move on. So then about recipes. I don't know if you are aware of, but we are teaching two different type of Englishes in Finland. We have basic English for everybody, and then we have advanced English. And my advanced English group, they have like more lessons than the basic English ones. So I think as a teacher that I would like to offer them something exciting, something new, and something they still remember it years later on. So we have created this is not exactly a Christmassy thing, but this is like a Christmas gift to my students. We used actually Lumia by Smart and created Christmas those smoothie recipes over there. This is created one of my boys, and we actually went to the home economic class, and we made those smoothies over there. Next week, we will have a home economics lesson again, and we will make fudgies over there. Then let's move on. And I have here a picture from last year. My school is the only school in Finland, and we have a school garden. We have 2 gardeners working there, and every single student works there too. They grow there like potatoes, carrots, like vegetables, and herbs and flowers. And during the Christmas time, we visit every single class. They visit the garden, and they will plant a Christmas flower for themselves. And last year, this was our Christmas flower. I have here a couple of pictures from last year. So they make the students and the gardeners, they make also ornaments. So we have quite nice one, nice collection of like ornaments and flowers over there. And we are very proud of our garden, I would say. I also have here last photo over here, you can see it. I also have here a video clip, but I'm not going to play it because I don't know if you're aware of, but we have 2 official languages in Finland, Finnish and Swedish, and I made this in Swedish, so I don't want you to be bothered to listen to Swedish. But if you are interested in seeing our Christmas, how we spend Christmas in Finland and about Christmas in our garden, so feel free to watch it. Then I also, because Wakelets is so fantastic that I can share this link with you, with my students and also the families. So during the Christmas time, we have a really long Christmas vacation in Finland. So I was thinking about if the families want to do something from my Wakelet collection. So I can offer here some movies. This is not created by me, instead by the Wakelet team a couple of years ago. But you can find every single of these movies also in Finland. And I think it's really nice that they are like stars or actually Christmas presents given. And also like the plot, what is happening in the movie, it's easier to find a nice one. And there are so many of them. And I think this is a good thing for the families to have a nice movie together. Then I also have here Christmas stories for my little school kids. And it's like read alouds. They are all in YouTube, but I think this is really, really nice because there are so many of them. And as a teacher, I always think that it's nice that my students practice listening comprehensions skills also during the vacation. I also offer like readings, seasons readings. And here is a collection of books for my older students, but also for the parents. I myself studied them almost all, and they are really good reading from my point of view. So here is that kind of collection. And the last one is, of course, recipes that if they would like to hang around in the kitchen and make some food together. And I like this collection because they are like video clips and recipes and something so Christmassy and nice, and also something we don't have in Finland that you can really, really experience the global Christmas. The last thing I'm going to show here, as I told you, that the last one is like a picture gallery. So I sent this file to my my parents. And what we do during this Christmas season, together with our kids and students in classes. So I tend to take a lot of pictures and put them here. This is the Christmas flower exhibition from last year. I think it looks quite nice and fancy. I put a lot of stuff on YouTube that it has been over there too. Then I told you that we have been in the home economics class. So this is the final product, and I think it's amazing. But because my 13-year-old students made them, the winner, had a smoothie tasting also there too. And this exotic, fruit drink smoothie was like the winner of that smoothie tasting. But they loved making it, and I think we created some memories they will never ever forget, I would say. And then I told that my tradition that I always want my students to think about the elderly people in nursing homes, and we create a lot of Christmas cards. And here is one. We have already started with that. Here is one of the collections we have. Here's the other set, and here's the final set we have created. And all the texts are in Finnish or in Swedish, because we are bilingual country, but we have also immigrants living in our country. So some of those Christmas cards are also in English. So this was my Christmas collection, and I really hope you have enjoyed it and liked it. I saw a couple of really nice comments, so thank you for every single nice comment. So
amazing, Mara. Thank you so much for sharing that. And yes, there have been some lovely comments, and why wouldn't there be? Because that was a fantastic collection, and I just love how many different options and ideas you have for your students there to get involved in. What stood out for me most is that whilst again, you've made it really creative for them, they are still learning. Even with the snowman challenge, they've got their math skills that they're enhancing in there. Even with watching the movies, they're practicing language and they're learning languages. It's all weaved in their literacy skills as well. So it's all weaved into all of those activities. And of course, towards the end of the year, things do slow down. Students don't want to be as maybe active in their learning, but by doing these fun activities, you've made it really creative for doing that, whilst they're still practicing and learning those essential skills as well, which is wonderful to see. But yes, I love seeing the Lumio creations there, and yeah, the thing link and the beautiful graphic there, which was fantastic. So I really love that kind of interactive element to those as well. And then we spoke about it when we spoke before this session, but I absolutely love all of the wonderful things you do within your community with your students. I think it's so important to get them involved in those community activities, that tradition you have with the Christmas cards, for the elderly, having them involved in that. And again, it's really a nice way to practice and celebrate empathy, but also, bring them involved in those community activities. And hopefully it's something that they'll continue beyond your classroom as well. So lovely to see that. And a big plant fan in general, and even more so with those Christmas plants. I've said I've never seen a setup like that in a school. And I think it's just incredible what you're doing. Like I said, there were so many pockets of opportunities of learning in different areas: home economics, language, literacy, maths. There were so many different areas in there as well. So thank you so much. I know.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Can I say one thing? And guess what? All the things our school kids are like growing, they're like those vegetables and herbs and even flowers. They use those products in home economics. So they plant them, and then they use them and eat them and like make food of that. So I think it's absolutely amazing.
Yeah, of course. And what an amazing skill to be teaching students as well, to be able to be kind of efficient and self-sufficient in those growing your own vegetables, growing your own things that you can use in your cooking. I think that's such an important skill, and one I wish I learned a bit more about. As I've gotten older, I might grow my herbs and things like that, but not so much with those. So yeah, I think that's a great opportunity that you're giving your students there to learn those skills. So thank you so much. Like I said, I love the digital element, and just touching on the end there where you've got the showcase and the pictures. I love when educators use Wakelet to showcase any kind of offline things that you've done. I think it's a really nice way to combine everyone's efforts and really like proudly showcase it. Like you say, you can share that with them going home, you can share it with parents, and it's nice for parents to see what their kids have been up to as well. So I think it's a really nice collaboration and a really nice celebration of all the wonderful activities that they've been doing as well. So yeah, with that, thank you so much, Marit. I think, lots of wonderful ideas that everyone can take away with as well. Karen there just saying so impressive, and lots of ideas to revisit and go back to for bringing into the classroom as well. So I'm going to just jump back in and bring Anna back on. Hi, Anna.
Yeah. Mari, it was amazing. All of these projects that you shared there, all about sense of belonging. And my students would, I would just predict their reaction. Food, this was so beautiful. The pictures looked so delicious, and everything. The dark mode, forever. Love.
My God. Oh, Anna and Amy, thank you so much for your kind words. Thank you so much.
You're amazing.
Your words
Absolutely
mean so
adorable.
much to me. Thank you.
Thank you both. Honestly, I'm honestly blown away. I'm always so impressed seeing everything that you guys share on social as well. And that's why I wanted to bring you both on, because I know you have so many wonderful creative ways in which you celebrate the holidays and just bring that kind of like fun into the classroom as well. So thank you both so much. I know everyone's going away with lots of amazing ideas, whether you're using them this year in your classroom, planning for next year, or using them next year as well. And as both Mara and Anna mentioned, a lot of those you can copy down and build on and use as a template as well. So you don't have to start from scratch. We have wonderful educators like Anna and Mara who have put these together, and then you can sort of take inspiration from and build from. So please do that. So I've put the form in there to get you all of your resources and your certificate of attendance. So if you fill that out, we'll send you a collection with all of Marit and Anna's collections, all of the links that you saw. Fill that out and we'll send that over to you. I wanted just to give a shout out to the wrap-up challenge that we're doing at the moment. I'm just popping a link to that in there. Again, just a challenge that we're doing. If you haven't already got involved, it's not too late. I think challenge 3 deadline is the end of today. So it might be a little bit of a tough one, but if you want to get involved, you can do. But I wanted to just share it out in the comments as well, because the challenges are all really great ideas for using Wakelet in your classroom. We kicked off with an AI image generated vision board that you can create in Wakelet. So that's good for you or students to get involved in. There's one about holidays around the world. So if you want to research a holiday in December, there's so many amazing holidays that happen, not necessarily just Christmas, but lots of countries and lots of amazing celebrations going on. It's wonderful for students to be able to get involved in. So take a look at that profile. There's 4 challenges in there. But if you don't want to get involved in the challenges, that's okay. There's still really great ideas and ways in which you can use Wakelet in your classroom during the holiday season. And with that, I think we've left everyone with lots of amazing ideas there. So we are going to love you and leave you all. Thank you all so much for joining. We really do appreciate you spending some time with us. If we don't see you beforehand, I and the Wakelet team, and I know we all wish you a wonderful holiday season. Have a nice respite, and we will see you next year.
I'm having your heart.
Well, I'm joining it. Fantastic. So, any final words, Marit, from you before we jump off?
Well, I wish happy holidays to everyone here, and if you would like to know something else about I've told here, so please contact me I'm always eager to help
will.
and have those global connections. So please do that. It was a great honor to have this presentation here with the fantastic Amy. You are always like a shining light here, and I love your enthusiasm and spirit over here. So really love this one, and happy holidays, everyone.
Thank you. I couldn't have said it better myself. And Anna, any final words just before we jump off?
Yeah, it was amazing. My heart is like flooding. I would love to give a shout out to Aida Mohammed Said. She has been at my public profile on Wakelet, and she has added to our collaborative space. Collaboration is from one of the Wakelet Community Week webinars that we had with Letitia. And she has added her beautiful Meet the Teacher, Aida. Aida, thank you so much. You see, this is the power of Wakelet. You can always update it. You can use it anytime. It's amazing. So that's my favorite part. I'm so happy. Happy holidays, everyone. Yes.
Thank you so much, Anna, and thank you so much, Marit. What a wonderful webinar to end the year with two wonderful educators. So thank you both so much. And again, for everyone in the comments tuning in, thank you all so much. Have a wonderful holiday season, and we'll see you all in the new year. Thank you all very much. Bye-bye.
Stay safe. Bye.
Stay safe. Bye-bye.